Hey man, Dave here, and it's my first day living in Berlin, Germany. And today, you're gonna learn 5 mindsets that'll make you a better man. Bro, the mindsets you're about to learn have completely transformed my life, and they can do the same for you. They've taken me from a guy who hated his job, couldn't talk to girls to save his life, and was broke, to a best-selling author who can live anywhere, talk to girls with confidence, and has a huge group of successful and supportive friends. So you ready to learn these mindsets? Let's do it. I'm over here hanging out in the big living room up in the new apartment. Anyway, it's time for mindset number 1, and that is that life is too short to play it safe. Now listen, man, most people live life like they're gonna live to 1,000,000 years old. And so they procrastinate on doing things that they really wanna do. You know, maybe they wanna quit their job because they can't stand working there anymore.
So I was sitting in my cubicle today and I realized ever since I started working, every single day of my life has been worse than the day before it.
Maybe they want to go on a crazy, world travel adventure trip. Whatever it is, they keep putting it off further and further and further until it never actually gets done. Eventually, you either lose your motivation to do it, you lose the chance to do it, or you die. Sad, but true, bro. But when you realize that life is too damn short, you're gonna learn to take action before it's too late. I'll tell you a quick story about the day I realized life is too short to play it safe. I was sitting at my last cubicle job in a shitty little office, and I hated this job. I wanted to quit so badly, but I hadn't had the balls to do it yet. So as I'm sitting there grinding out some bullshit, I get a call on my cell phone. It's the hospital. They say, "Hey Dave, your mom just got admitted. She's not doing too well. You might want to get over here." My mom had a bad lung disease at the time, and I knew that at any given moment, it could go from bad to worse, and we might lose her. So I rushed out the office and drove right over to the hospital to go see her. My mom ended up being okay, and she no longer has the lung disease, which is awesome. But in that moment, when I was rushing out of the office to go see her, I just kind of thought to myself, like, what the fuck am I doing? You could die at any moment, so why am I wasting my time doing some shit that I can't stand at this shitty little cubicle job? And as it turned out, after I walked out of the office that day, I never came back. I quit my job, and that is literally the moment where I stopped playing it safe. And it might be time for you to do the same. So I got an action tip for you to help you internalize this mindset. I want you to write down one thing in your life that you've been putting off. Maybe it's quitting a job. Maybe it's ending a relationship that has gone on for a little bit too long. Whatever the case, write it down. This is gonna help you stop procrastinating on it and start pushing things forward to make it happen. And by the way, man, if you're liking this video, then make sure to smash that subscribe button and click the notification bell, because I put out new videos every Tuesday and every Friday to help you talk to girls and crush it at life. Anyway, let's cook up some breakfast and head out to the streets to check out Berlin.
I rise just like a phoenix, born from the ashes. I take care of my own, torn down where I stand. You can't suffocate my spirit, 'cause I'm the king of my own throne, my own throne. King of my own throne, my own throne.
Funny, man, every time I'm in a new country or a new city, I'm always usually pretty tired because I take a long flight to get there. But when I get there, I'm so excited to go explore. I'm like a little kid in a candy store that I just don't end up sleeping and just go walk around and go on little adventures. And the next day I end up exhausted and think like, what the hell was I doing? But yeah, anyway, man, mindset number 2 is I will plan for my success. Now, what I didn't tell you about quitting my first job is that I went broke 2 months after I did it. Why? Well, I only had the first key right, and that is understanding that life is too short to play it safe. But I didn't have the second key right. I didn't plan for my success. When I quit, I had very little money saved up, maybe like a month's worth, and that wasn't nearly enough time that I needed to get things off the ground. So within 2 months, I had to go back and get another job. But I learned my lesson, and when I quit that next job, I made sure that I had at least more than a few months worth of savings so that I could get my online business off the ground. And 4 years later, I'm over here living in Berlin and all around the world, so I guess it worked out. The point is, you wanna plan things out so that your success is a probability and not just a possibility. So let's take the example of quitting your job. How do you plan for your success in that area? Well, you could ask yourself a question like, how can I start a side hustle while working so that I can build up another income? Or how can I save up a few months worth of living expenses to give myself a little bit of breathing room? All right, man, I found another park over here in Berlin. You know I'm a man of nature if you've been watching my videos for a while. Either I'm in a park in Mexico City, New York City, or Berlin. I always find that nature. Anyway, it's time for number 3, and that is I will think before accepting what the majority believes to be true. Listen, man, what's right for the majority of people isn't necessarily right for you. A lot of times it isn't. And a lot of mainstream ideas that are accepted widely are actually very flawed, like marriage, college, and the American dream, for example. Now, if you accept all these mainstream beliefs as a default, then the best you can really hope for is a cookie cutter life where you're just doing what everybody else thinks you should be doing to be happy. And at worst, you're just a cog in some machine that you hate, or you're dead, bro. And odds are you're not gonna have a very quality relationship either, because a lot of the mainstream beliefs about relationships are extremely flawed as well. So when an idea comes about, practice thinking, is this bullshit or is this right for me? You know, think critically about it. Don't just go along with it because the crowd says that you should. If you want to be a successful and sexy guy, then bro, you gotta think for yourself. I'm not gonna lie though, these parks out here in Berlin, at least this one, isn't quite as lush as the parks in Mexico City, so we're gonna have to do a little bit more exploring and see. Stay tuned for that in the next videos. Number 4 is I am responsible for my life and my circumstances. Listen, man, if you don't take control of your own life, it's gonna be impossible for you to get what you want. This isn't the Matrix. Nobody's gonna come in and anoint you as the hero. You're gonna be the hero to your own story. It's your responsibility to get the career you want, the women you desire, and the type of life that you wanna live. So don't let yourself fall into the victim mentality, and definitely don't let yourself make excuses, because so many guys do this. But in the end, bro, if you don't get what you want in life, it's only one person's fault, and that person is staring right back at you in the mirror. And bro, if you're ready to take responsibility for your dating life, then you should check out my free flirting video course. In it, you're gonna learn the exact things to say to flirt with girls and get dates. Just click the I in the top right corner or the link in the description to get instant access to the first video. All right, man, number 5 is I am enough. I do not need the approval of others. Now, if you spend your whole life worrying about what other people think of you, then you're going to end up doing a bunch of stuff that you don't care about to try to impress people who don't matter. But the fact is, man, if you want to be successful, you're gonna have to piss some people off, and you're gonna have to look stupid at times. You know, maybe you have to go film public videos in Berlin and have people gawk at you on the street while you're holding your camera. Maybe you have to go live with your parents while you're saving up money to quit your job. People might laugh at you, man. They laughed at me. But as long as you're following a path that's true and right for you, that's all that matters. You're gonna have faith in yourself and continue moving forward, and realize that that is gonna determine whether or not you're gonna be successful in the long run. All right, guys, I'm back home. I wanna give you one more quick tip, and that is, I guess you can classify it as a mindset too, just about being open to adventures. When you're open to adventures, you're gonna get in new circumstances, you're gonna meet new people, and as a result, you're gonna become a better man. Quick example for you, I was at the gym yesterday trying to sign up for a membership over here in Berlin, and I saw an American guy talking to the receptionist. Now obviously he was speaking English, so I went up, I introduced myself, we got to talking. Turns out he's a pretty cool guy. He invited me to go to a festival later that night, and you know, we went, checked it out, had a good time hanging out in Berlin, and I got a better feel for the city. But that wouldn't have happened had I not been open to just going up and saying hi to somebody new. The world's a big place, man. There's so much stuff to do, so much stuff to learn about. When you're just open to it, life becomes a lot better, man. All right, man, the mindsets I've just listed have completely transformed my life. And if you put them into action, they can do the same for you. Anyway, if something like what I'm doing, you know, quitting your job, starting an online business, and traveling all over the world is something that you're interested in, then check out this video right here. In it, I kind of tell you what it's really like to be a digital nomad and how you can get into it yourself. Anyway, man, I got some crazy German adventures to go on, so I'll talk to you in the next video. Make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss it. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.